In this video, I'm going to be sharing an invaluable manifesting tip that is crucial and necessary for all of your manifestations, every single one of them, for them to not only come into fruition, but for you to also keep them. Because how many times does a manifestation come true and then poof, it is gone within a day, a week, or a year, okay? And this is an area that so many people struggle with. I did as well until I started to look at this, shift this, process this, intend this, which I'll also share how to shift in the video. You'll also want to stay to the end because this whole video is jam-packed with vibey activations, and just by integrating this video, you will start to feel the necessary shifts to manifest even your wildest desires. I'll even show you a dream come true of a manifestation, actually 4 manifestations that I'm living right now. As you can tell, this is not my normal backdrop, so I'm very excited to share that with you by shifting this that led to this. So like I said, this video is going to be full of activations. If you're like, what's an activation? It can be a few things: an insight, that feeling of goosebumps, that feeling of, ooh, that resonates, or that upgrade, that shift, that leap to your highest timeline, that feeling of something clicking, an expansion towards your destiny, your divinity, your manifestations. You just feel that activation with it. Activation number 1 is understanding the difference between worthiness and deserving. I'm putting my sunglasses back on. It's very bright out here. We hear all the time, oh, you deserve that. Oh, you deserve that. Deserving is a doing energy. It is action-based, which is required for most or some of your manifestations. But manifestations are not just doing energy and doing your part. It's twofold. It's doing and being your part. So deserving is you're always doing something for it, versus worthiness is an unconditional energy. It is unconditional worthiness that you think, feel, and believe. The problem is the world tends to chip away at our worthiness, whether it had been in childhood, the environment we were raised in. I'll go into other reasons as to why our worthiness, our unconditional worthiness, starts to be chipped away. But this is where you start to not feel or think that you're worthy of emotional things like happiness and joy and love and peace. This could be very subconscious, where you're not actually thinking consciously, I'm not worthy of happiness or joy. Subconsciously, it is going to show up more as, like, for example, I have a family member and she so has a worthiness block to happiness. She loves negativity. She thinks about negative things. She remembers all the past things in the negative and loves talking about them and bringing them up, like very specific details, so locked into her mind, and attracts a lot of negative people, a lot of negative situations, more negative things to complain about. Now, this is so clear that there is a block to I'm worthy of just being happy. You could have a worthiness block to physical things such as health, money, wealth, even to your manifestations and desires. How many times have you received something or seen a friend receive something, or someone try to give a gift for you or them to receive, and no, I can't accept that. No, I can't have that. If you can't even accept a gift or ask for that gift, how do you think you're going to be able to have it and hold it? Right away, there's a receiving block, and most of the receiving blocks are because we don't feel worthy, or we don't think we're worthy. So when people are really tied up in the deserving side, this is overworking, this is people pleasing, this is like a over energy, doing too much. There's harmony of worthiness, deserving, and that harmony. Some manifestations are going to require a lot of doing. Some manifestations, it just requires you to be in your worthiness, just to be in worthiness. So manifesting has 2 parts: doing your part and being your part. And actually, sometimes doing our part is leaning back, is doing less, is trusting in the universe, is trusting in yourself, is trusting in the timeline, surrendering to what is, acceptance. You have to tune into that yourself as, what is my doing part here? Maybe it is doing with action and aligned action. But regardless, if you don't have the soil, the foundation, the building blocks, like think why I said soil is think of your desire as that seed. If you don't have that fertile soil for it to blossom and grow and bloom, which is worthiness, and you're just doing because I deserve it, you're not going to hang on to your manifestation because you're not innately running off of your worthiness. Well, how this can look like if you're just really stuck in that doing energy, the deserving energy, and there's a block in your worthiness, you can receive the gift, the wealth, the desire, the love, the manifestation. And if you don't have that foundation and building blocks of I'm worthy of love, happiness, joy, health, wealth, my manifestations, a good life, my best life, you're gonna find that you throw away that relationship, or you self-sabotage, or you receive the money and then immediately there's a bill, or you feel like you have to give it away right away. Which, again, there's nothing wrong with authentic, aligned giving, but if it's this like, I can't hold it, I'm not worthy to have it, it's like this feeling of you can't hold on to it. You can't revel in it. You can't simmer in it. You can't enjoy your gift, your dream, your desire, your wealth, your whatever you actually truly desire, because you're not held in the support of worthiness. So for example, in my own life, when I didn't have worthiness as my truth, I was not aligned with my worthiness. That again it's your divine essence. You were born worthy, but again, it was chipped away, and I really started to think, feel, and believe that I had to do a lot to deserve very little. So yes, there were subconscious limiting beliefs really intertwined into the lack of worthiness, which you will find. Lack of worthiness, a ton of limiting beliefs. They're best friends, they're best buddies, they're holding hands with each other. And when you start to work on one, the others start to transform as well. So I worked my booty off so hard, 12 hours or more every day for 6, almost 7 days a week. I paid barely below minimum wage when you'd added up all my hours. And I was fine with that for a limited time. When I started working on worthiness and limiting beliefs around work and success and money, it was like, hold up. Wait a second. No more. My time, my energy is valuable. I am worthy to receive an energetic exchange that is in alignment. But if, again, you don't have that worthiness where pay and people and just a different timeline here, you're going to be down here where it's like do, deserve. Oh, I can't hold it. And then you're going to match up down here with the money, the wealth, the health. Even my health was terrible. It was brutal. I was tired all the time, so lethargic, definitely adrenal fatigue. When I really started to look at the limiting beliefs and the worthiness, worked on this and processed this and tended to that deserving energy and really aligned to worthiness and think and feel and be this way, I attracted a different career. I attracted a different price point and worthy to charge for my prices. So this worthiness block, this receiving block which can also be looked as a receiving block. We can be afraid to ask, charge for our services and our prices, afraid to ask for that promotion. There's that block in your throat chakra. Worthiness shows up in so many different areas in our body and our energy center as well. Ask for a promotion, afraid to ask for that date, afraid to ask for help and support. I had a mom who was a client and she just needed help and couldn't ask for that help. And we had to really work on what that root was, and the root wasn't worthy to receive help. So worthiness and that lack of worthiness and the receiving block, it can show up in a myriad of ways. So tune in, where in your life do you notice that you can't make that ask, or that you don't feel like you can have or hold the emotion of the happiness, the love, the peace. There's that block of like, I always have to be in a state of anxiousness. Or you see people living an incredible life and there's this emotion of and feeling, I can't have that. I'll never have that. Root, lack of worthiness. If you're afraid to ask and put it out there, this is such a crucial step in the manifesting process. If you can't ask for what you want, you're not even putting it out into the world. That is like such a key part. Tuning in where you're really trapped into that doing energy, that I have to deserve this, I have to deserve rest. Like you're gonna work out crazy amounts till you let yourself rest. I definitely was in there too. I didn't feel worthy to be at ease, be at peace, to rest. Always had to be doing, always constantly rushing, busy, doing, filling my day. Like this can show up in so many different ways. It is wild, and it will all come back to this feeling, belief of not worthy of ease, worthy of grace. If you made a mistake and it's like, I'll never be forgiven. It's like, are you not worthy of grace and space and forgiveness? Restoring your worthiness can just shift so much for you mentally, emotionally, in your day-to-day. The manifestations are an absolute bonus. Like if you're not enjoying your life, let's really look at what's going on within that is blocking you from an amazing, incredible life, your best life. Let's reclaim living our best life. I know it sounds so cheesy, but it's not. Like, why would you come to this earth to not live your best life, your highest timeline? Now, if any of this is just like clicking, you're like, activation, and you're tuning into that, hit that like button. I would love to feel your energy here. Leave me a comment if something is just clicking. Now let's get to how to reclaim and reactivate and restore your worthiness. Like I've mentioned a few times, this is your divine essence. You were born worthy. Have you ever looked at a baby and deemed them not worthy of love, not worthy of care, not worthy of just being held and supported? Every baby is born worthy. You were this baby too. So we want to start to work with, where did we start to learn, feel, think, believe, told, taught that we weren't worthy? And again, it's not going to be like, you're not worthy. It's going to show up in different ways of like a significant event, or how you were raised. From 0 to 7 and 7 to 14, your subconscious is still forming. Really, 0 to 7, it's those formative years. So if your emotional needs of love, of validation, of that sense of safety and care were not met, your subconscious will start to develop these limiting beliefs that you're not worthy to receive these emotional needs. Perhaps your parents were very busy and they were working a lot and not a lot of the time and attention, not feeling important. That's another emotional need, feeling important, not feeling important. I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy for their attention, for their love. They're off working. Whereas it could have been, they're off working because they want to provide you an amazing life, but a 0 to 7 and even 7 to 14 cannot compute, cannot process, cannot make those connections that, oh, them being away is because they actually truly love me. If this isn't communicated, and if it doesn't really click, one from childhood can go into adulthood really thinking, feeling, believing that they're not worthy. And this can show up also in sports, in school. Always, if you had to always work really, really hard to achieve something, and there's nothing wrong with that doing energy, but if it's only heavily weighed on doing and deserving, this again will start to create a distorted relationship to yourself of you're worthy unconditional. There is no conditions placed on your worthiness. So notice if you only feel worthy in certain areas and deserving in others. What conditions have you put on, I'm worthy to have and hold and receive this desire, this energy, this emotion, this thing? You'll get answers and start to be able to pinpoint and go back to where the root of the unworthiness really started to bloom. And it's like a weed, and we want to pull those weeds out. If you're like, this is kind of hard for me to like go back myself, A-okay, this is exactly what I do with clinical hypnotherapy sessions and RTT, rapid transformational therapy sessions. I love guiding this work where we really are able to work with what you're experiencing today. So if it's unworthiness in a relationship, in an emotion of joy, peace, happiness, if it's just feeling a block in anywhere of your life, we go back to significant events, able to even talk to your inner child to process and tend. Say if it was that parent example and they were working, really tell them and communicate to them, They were actually your parents working so hard to provide you an amazing life. And this heals and processes that inner child that is still a part of you, or your inner teenager, wherever the root is, because your mind doesn't know the difference between real or imaginary. So when you're in that theta brainwave state in hypnosis, it is really happening within your inner world. It's honestly the most powerful, potent, incredible work ever, that again, it's so amazing and helpful for your day-to-day life, for you to actually enjoy your life, but it also moves the needle massively, hugely in the manifestation realm. Because you're a walking expression of worthiness, worthy of this, worthy of that. Like, you'll go into a store and you just feel like, yeah, if I wanted that, I can have it. I'm worthy of it. I'm worthy of it. Worthiness shows up in thoughts and beliefs as anything and everything I desire is available to me. I trust in the timing. I'm in surrender. I'm in acceptance. You just walk and emit this worthiness vibration, and what you attract and draw in and welcome in is incredible. So because a lot of the worthiness and the block to worthiness and receiving blocks goes back to childhood, I made an inner child meditation that I will leave in the description box below for you to click on and move through and go back to your younger inner child, where the root of worthiness blocks may be. I also added in that meditation lovability and enoughness, because those are three huge and main areas that most people definitely absolutely struggle with. 99% of my clients, we've worked through one area or all three of these for sure. That would be the next step, that we would take it in and doing your own inner work and self-guidance of connecting and tuning in of where these worthiness blocks, and even just having that awareness will start to shift the needle, and you'll notice if, okay, I need actually a little bit more. That meditation will be super supportive. Not even just doing it once, doing it twice, doing it 3 times. Like, how long have you lived in this unworthiness subconsciously, physically, mentally, right? Like, your cells respond to your mind. Mind and body are connected. Now sharing the 4 manifestations that I'm living out now, definitely a result of a combination of many different inner work and tuning in practices. But I have to say, worthiness, again, it's the foundation, it's the building blocks. If I didn't have worthiness, none of this would be happening for me right now. So number 1, in love with my boyfriend, worthy of love, worthy of a power couple relationship, worthy of being loved. Number 2, travel, worthy to see the world. Number 3, adventure. And number 4, luxury, reclaiming luxury, worthy of nice things. So, which takes me to the beautiful backdrop. Look at this luxury villa. I've been sitting in this in the morning. Oh, it's so lovely and amazing. This is my favorite part, the pool. I love the landscaping here. We have beautiful palm and cactus. Main level, outdoor shower, and up top, level 2 is our bedroom. Our friend is staying here, and up there is the rooftop patio. Let's go see the rooftop patio because it is very amazing. Here we have the cold dip and the sauna. The second level, the hammock off of our bedroom. Let's go up to the top. Oh my goodness. Wow. Here we have our outdoor kitchen area, our rooftop patio, view of the water. Look at these beautiful mountains. Oh, it's absolutely stunning. Now, if I didn't feel worthy to receive this trip, this travel with my boyfriend, I either wouldn't have come, or being here, I feel so guilty that I wouldn't even enjoy it, because that is, again, a sign of that worthiness block, that receiving block, because it would be, I'm not worthy to have this gift. So I'm gonna feel guilty and then not even enjoy it. So notice where there's emotions too that are blocking you from actually enjoying the gifts the universe is giving you. That's another way that we can block. So I trust you received some vibey activations in this video. Check out that inner child meditation. And if you want to go deeper in the work with me, I'd love to be part of your journey in that potent and powerful way. Till next we meet. Mwah! This came to me right after I finished the video. If I didn't operate from my divine worthiness and just from that deserving, I wouldn't feel like I would be able to take 2 weeks off and enjoy this paradise, because I need to deserve time off, and I always need to be doing, so I need to work while I'm on vacation. And I mean, like, I am recording, but this, like, to me is not how I used to work, so it doesn't feel like work. When I was in that deserving all the time, I wouldn't be able to go hang out in those chairs and be in ease and rest and relax and chill. I'd have to always be doing. So operating from worthiness, I can enjoy a 2-week beautiful paradise vacation in the gorgeous Baja, Mexico, and recharge and reconnect to myself and not always be external, like the doing external. And that's not to say I'm not being and doing my part, because I don't want you to be like, oh, I just don't have to do anything in my life for manifestations and it's just all gonna work out. That is not what I'm saying. You must have the worthiness for you to even have and hold manifestations or embark on them, or to keep them and have them and hold them. And doing my part, it's when you're so skewed on that deserving, and doing is what I want you to look at, and then bring in harmony what doing and being your part in your day-to-day, in your manifestations are. The answers will be there. Some is, again, going to be ease, a lean back, chill, relax, accept, trust, surrender. That is doing. And then being in the worthiness will always be there. It might be doing less, it might be doing more. You need to answer that for yourself. Okay, for reals, goodbye.